And good evening to you, Taman. We're joining you from St. Rita today, which has been the center of grief and mourning for the entire city of Chicago during this week. And here today, they held the funeral services for Officer Eduardo Marmolejo. Many people offered both personal and poignant eulogies today, but by far the most touching tribute came from his own daughter. It was a funeral filled with heartbreak and hope for Chicago police officer Eduardo Marmolejo.
Let us pray.
Cardinal Blaise Cupich celebrated the funeral mass at St. Rita on the south side.
I hope that you feel the embrace of this entire community.
The 36-year-old officer was eulogized as a humble, hardworking, and humorous public servant. With his voice cracking, Mayor Rahm Emanuel shared the story of how Marmolejo's character was shaped with compassion and empathy during his family's journey to Chicago.
He wanted to bring honor to their name. He wanted to bring honor to the sacrifice they made.
On Monday night, Marmolejo and Officer Conrad Gary were pursuing a shooting suspect on train tracks on the far south side. In the confusion and chaos, both were hit and killed by a train barreling down on them at 60 miles per hour from behind.
They made that journey up the tracks side by side, and until their final moments had each other's backs.
Police Superintendent Eddie Johnson noted the overwhelming sadness of a second funeral service in as many days in the same church with many of the same faces.
Every time you pull out of that parking lot at 727 East 111th Street, Officer Marmolejo and Gary will be riding with you.
But in the final farewell,
I have so much to say, and now there's no time.
His own daughter, Rebecca, read a letter she addressed to her fallen father.
Breaks my heart into a million pieces. Everything feels like a dream and nothing feels real.
She pledged to hold the lessons of his life, his humor and humility, his goodness and his grace, close to her heart.
I promise to remember everything you taught me. I'll always push myself, and everything I do will be for you. You're my role model and the person I aspire to be. And now that you've clocked out, it's my turn to cover the shift.
After the mass, a police procession led the hearse carrying his coffin down 79th Street.
And I have to believe that this would be uplifting for the family.
As hundreds of police paused to pay their respect.
I love you more than all the stars in the sky and all the flowers on earth. You'll always be my hero.
And following that procession, Officer Marmolejo was laid to rest in a private burial service. Reporting live tonight outside of St. Rita Church in the Wrightwood neighborhood on the south side, Mike Lowe, WGN News.